Hey guys, welcome to lesson 5 of module 4. In this lesson I'll be covering the ad image. Now I won't be showing you how to actually set up your ad, but we'll go over the image and setting it up with different variations. Now with this, there's no certain formula or method of actually creating your images. It's just all about getting, a higher click-through rate on Facebook. And it can be done in any way, whatever appeals to the audience, however people like the images, and you're never going to know what people like until you actually test different images. So I'm going to show you a few variations that I tend to use, and I'll find an article and we'll set up an image around it, and I'll show you exactly how to set it up using Photoshop. And I really recommend you get Photoshop if you haven't got it already, because it just makes life a whole lot easier, and I've been using it since I started this, and it just keeps everything simple, and I can't teach any other softwares just because I don't use them. So follow my Photoshop tutorial and get Photoshop yourself, and create your images. Alright, so let's find an article. I'm going to go on my site right now. We'll go mindpackage.com and let's find an article. Okay, so this is a new one I've actually got up. 10 foods that unclogs arteries in a totally natural way. Let's take this one. Okay, so 10 foods that unclog arteries in a totally natural way. Now it's all about arteries here, so it's not the foods, because the foods aren't gonna appeal to the arteries people. The things that's gonna flick the light of the arteries audience is gonna be when they see arteries, they're gonna know it's related to that, not when they see food. When they see food, it's just gonna be related to food, and that's it's not the right targeting there, and you're not reaching your right audience. So let's go on Google Images and find an image. Okay, and this is what you'll do with all your articles. You'll find something, let's say it's 10 health benefits of carrot juice. There's carrot juice there. We'll go on Google, we'll find an image of carrot juice. We see coconut sugar. Is it actually better than regular sugar? The keywords there, coconut sugar. We'll go on Google and find an image on coconut sugar. So let's take arteries. We don't want one with with writing there, none of that. See, an image like this is good. Now things to avoid, body parts. We don't want this. You can see all the body parts. Facebook's gonna disapprove of that instantly, and they will probably ban you at the same time. Alright, so let's choose an image. I actually like this one because it's not actually any body parts. You're not seeing, there's no nipples or anything on here. Just showing the inside, it's showing the arteries. And so I'm going to take this image, it looks good, and just copy it. Don't save it, don't long this process out. All you got to do is just copy the image, and now you come in Photoshop, control new, and these are the dimensions you will always use when creating an image. 1200 by 628. Note that down. Put it on your notepad, whatever, save it somewhere, and every time you create your ads, use dimensions. And what you can also do is on your presets, you can actually just save it, and I'll call this ad images. Okay, so whenever I want to create my ad images, it'll always be here, preset ad images, and that's it. So okay, and first thing, paste that image in there, and from here it's very simple. Here's how we're going to create 3 variants very quickly. I only do 3 ad images because I don't really think I ever need more. It's enough for testing. Within 3 ad images, if it's not converting, if it's not getting you good cheap post engagements, then you might as well not run that article, because 3 images is more than enough. So first thing I do, everyone's going to have their own way of editing their images. There's always a different way you can do it. There's a different approach you can take. There's just so much you can do to an image, but I'm just going to show you my way of doing it and what I always do, and I've been getting consistent results by doing. So first thing is I'd go on image, I'd go on adjustments, and then hue saturation, and I'd play about with the color. Ugly converts. Ugly images actually attract more of an audience. So original images just this, but let's make it a bit ugly by doing crazy colors. Green and purple, one of my favorite combinations. I always do green and purple. So I'm going to stick with green and purple there. You can play about with saturation. Increase makes it brighter, decrease obviously makes it dull. So I'm just going to leave that there. Play about with the lightness, and that's it. Now that alone is a variant. So I would go and I would save this somewhere. So let's just go on, let me just go on ads, okay, and I will save this as arteries 1. Now I'll make another layer over here, and I'm gonna add a border to it. So I'm gonna add a purple border, because if I was to do green, it would blend in with the image, because the majority of it is green. But if I do purple, it would actually stand out. So I'm just gonna choose this purple over here and get the paintbrush. You know, you can even create the border however you want. You can do it using rectangles, or you can do it the way I do by doing paintbrush all you know, along the sides. So there you go. You know, just get your border set up. Boom. To get a straight line, if you know you're new to Photoshop, you just hold shift and then you can just paint down, and it get whatever direction, and it'll do a straight line. Okay, and there you go. That's variant 2. So I would call this arteries 2. And then the final thing I would normally add on my, you know, ads is a bit of text. Now the Facebook has, I think, is a 20 or 25% text rule, so you can't have more than 20 or 25% of text on the image. So I just keep it simple. I just add in a title, and that would normally be the keyword. So on the coconut sugar article, I would add in the word coconut sugar. If it was a carrot juice article, I would write carrot juice. If it's arteries article, I'd write arteries. You know, common cancer myth, I just write cancer myths. Scientists can now make leukemia cells kill each other. I would just type in leukemia. You know, just get the keywords and throw them in. So let's get the word arteries, and my favorite font is Myriad Pro, because it just is quite bold and it stands out. Set that to bold. Yep. And you just want to get a color that stands out. Normally the one that does the job for me is white. I'll get white, and then I'll just put a stroke on it. So to get, you know, if you create your text, go to the bottom, FX, and you can play about with the text to make it stand out more. So I'm just going to do a nice little stroke on it, and then a drop shadow, because it makes the text pop out a little bit. And let's just, you know, get that there. Perfect. Do that on full. And over here you can play about. I mean, if you want a different color, you don't want the, you know, white, so then you can add in, let's say, green. But you know, all of these colors seem to blend in because the image is green, the image is purple. You know, you're better off with white. So what I'll do is I'll do a light shade of green, and I will place this text wherever. As I said, ugly convert, so you can just have your text placed anywhere. You know, as stupid as it looks, it will probably do the job. But I'm just going to place it in the corner here. Another thing you can do is just, if you press Ctrl T, you can resize, you can change the angle of it, and you can just, you know, place it somewhere like this. You know, just like that. And I'll place it there, okay, and that's it. I'm going to save image, and that will be arteries 3. Now, you know, that's how simple it is. Within 5 to 10 minutes, you can easily create yourself 3 ad variants just by, you know, getting a base image, and then the second one adding a border, and the third one adding some text. You don't want to go too deep on your images. You don't want to try one with no border, one with no color, one with color, one with border, one with text and border, one with, you know, it goes on and on. You could literally create 100 variants, and it's very, very easy to create, but you'd be wasting your time. You only need 3 variants, and that's it. It's more than enough to roll with. But yeah, I mean, that's it for this video. If you do have any questions, any complications, you know, you get confused at some point, just pop it in the group, and I'll look forward to helping you out, or someone from the group will get back to you and help you out there. If you have any difficulties with Photoshop, you know, you can quickly turn to YouTube, and everything is there. Alright, that's it for this lesson. I'll see you in the next lesson.